Hello viewers, well I've got a few months to catch up on in terms of different racing games that have been released, but top of my list is Ridge Racer. That's right, I love Ridge Racer, and when Ridge Racer was coming out I was bang up for it, ready to work on all the content, get that out and just make the premium Ridge Racer video. I did hours and hours and hours and hours of recording. I completed the whole game, went through all the different tracks, the add-ons, and perfected it and recorded all those videos, only to find that none of the videos were recording properly and that my Elgato had died. The last video I managed to record really was on my via my OBS recording the PlayStation version, but I'm going to talk a bit about it now. Ridge Racer. So Ridge Racer, obviously released in '93 in Japan, blew our minds. It was on that cover of Edge magazine. Was it issue 5, something like that, of Edge magazine back in the day? Texture mapping, wow, looks like real life. Don't care what other people say. A lot of people considered it looked amazing when you were driving it. There was nothing close to it. We went from Virtua Racing to Ridge Racer. Amazing. Okay, so it's released in the arcade. Test location was a 6-speed gated gearbox. That was actually quite intimidating at the time. Obviously I hadn't driven a car, so I looked at it and thought, oh, it was getting used to a gearbox from the off just wasn't there. So for me, automatic gears was the way forward. I wasn't great at it, but I enjoyed the experience. Loved it. Okay, so we flash forward then. Daytona USA sort of took over in the arcade for a bit, but then Ridge Racer came back when it came to the home version. The launch of the PlayStation 30 years ago, last December in Japan. Ridge Racer, amazing, blew my mind. I love it, became a legend, inspired many great racing games you see today. Namco technology and design was just out there, and it's still out there. Amazing. Right, one track, one car, but it didn't matter. It was a well-designed circuit. They even, in my eyes, improved the handling in the PlayStation version to move it from analog to digital. Incredible workmanship, fantastic. All right, so since then we've never had the arcade version accurately translated to the home. And here we are now with the Hamster conversion of Ridge Racer. Let's see what it's all about. So you're on to the arcade version, and of course it gives you the different options of the Japanese or the English version if you prefer to play the Japanese original, and of course the two versions in terms of the 6-speed gearbox or the just simple sequential gears that are in there. I would always advise using the sequential gears. You go into the game and obviously you get those lush 60 FPS graphics in there. Looks really nice. Everything is perfect. It's perfect. Love it. Okay, so it's all there. Did a few runs. Thought nice, but there's a couple of issues immediately jump to mind. Is the sticks are very sensitive. Cars like that moving around. It was never like that. There's a bit more flow in the arcade. A bit more flow. Why is that? Well, it's set to 180 degrees, and I don't remember the arcade machine being that sensitive. I always thought it was a 360-degree rotation. Felt nice and smooth to me, worked well in that way. So the first thing I did was I went into the settings and I changed the rotation. I tried 540 degrees, 360 degrees, and 360 degrees seemed to be the balance that seemed to work to get everything working well, especially with a wheel. The settings for changing the wheel are kind of hidden away in the options. Takes a moment to find them. And it transforms the game in terms of the feel and the handling. Really nice. But you can do this with the stick as well, and it makes a massive difference to the input with the stick. Just altering those controls, finding a setting that works for you, somewhere again around 360 degrees. Just adds a little bit of sensitivity, more gentle with the turning. I like that. It's nice, it's better. But it's not better when you can't navigate the menus. So when you go into the menus, you'll try selecting the thing you want to do, and it flicks around all over the place because it's used to a steering wheel going that way or going that way to select, and now with the stick it's kind of all over the place, flicking around. The menus in the arcade game are an absolute mess to navigate with the controls, and if you expand the rotation on the wheel, then you can't navigate the controls at all, especially at 540 degrees. So they should have built something in whereby you can change the rotation of the wheel, but at the same time that doesn't affect the menus, so the menu transition stays the same. Unfortunately, that's not the case, and it means if you do expand the rotation to make the racing more playable, and you need to go into menus, change it, it's a very laborious task. It's not practical, and you can't get the most out of the game. So onto the driving. And the driving is as you expect. Once you get past the initial stick issues, it all works there as well. The standard Ridge Racer handling. It's a little bit more sloppy than the PlayStation version, which felt more precise. The connection, especially once you lose traction, or as I used to call it, ice skating. This is where you go through a minor corner and you just lift off the throttle gently and you just reapply, and then the wheels start spinning and you can slide through corners. And because you're not losing speed, it just adds the speed back on again, and you get super speed boosts down the straights, or just literally just flat out. You can literally beat the black car in 5th gear if you know what you're doing, as I used to do back in the day a lot. Can't play it now to save my life. The gear stick, the 6-speed gear stick for me just didn't work with the control pad. They applied it to the second analog stick and it was just a mess. Generally menu navigation and just little things. It's messy. It's not done very well. No care is being given to really make it working the way it should. Bit disappointed that Namco kind of let these menu issues and these gameplay issues out the door as it is, because there's still some good in there, but the game is quite challenging to play, and I do find that the advanced section of the circuit took a lot of practice just to get my idea right on track width and just get the braking and turning point just right. I found that the final part of the advanced circuit was extra bumpy in the arcade game. There was a jump in the PlayStation version, I guess you could call it, when you're at speed, but here it's very, very bumpy and it's tricky to get it right consistently. So at the time I did manage to run a consistent run when completing the game, but I couldn't say that I could do it consistently all the time and fully understand it yet. I need to put some more time into it. Either way, that's the thing about the Ridge Racer circuit, there's always time to be found. So love a bit of Ridge Racer. It is the daddy. There is a high score mode in there, a caravan mode, a time attack mode. I played all the different modes, and of course there is options for different scan lines. These, from what I mostly looked at, were mostly terrible. Didn't really give a good visual indication. They dulled the screen down a bit, didn't work that well. But either way, perhaps you can add a minor scan line, find a setup that suits you. So in the main, it's nice. I think it's a shame that Ridge Racer has been forgotten about by Namco for so many years. And I think it would have been nice to have had a museum package from Namco with the different Ridge Racer games in, with widescreen modes, 4K updates, art books, the lot. There's so much they could and should have done for Ridge Racer. It deserved better than just going out the door like so many old arcade games that were just anonymous years ago on the Hamster selection. I felt Ridge Racer deserved a bit better. I am pleased to see that more Namco 3D games are coming out from the 90s and the Super System 22 games. It's nice to see that. First time seeing them converted. I saw Ace Combat, a couple of others coming. I'm really looking forward to Ace Driver, Rave Racer and Dirt Dash. They're my next 3. I hope that they do release those. I will be bang on those when they're released. It's funny, you know, Dirt Dash, I don't think I ever saw anybody complete it, but I enjoyed it a lot at the time. Just the adventure of driving it on the big screen with the rig that they had, the sort of buggy rig. And Ace Combat, it's only been released on the arcade 1-up system arcade, but it's not been released in the home, so I look forward to testing that out as well. So Ridge Racer, how do I feel about it? I'm happy that it's been released in the home. I think that it's rough around the edges in terms of the navigation and controls. I think the developer should have done better. Namco should have done better. I think Ridge Racer deserved better. But either way, I'm happy to have it. I decided to buy it both on the PlayStation and Switch. For me, I guess in a way it's like Doom. I buy Doom on every format because Doom. And Ridge Racer is just going to be one of those. I just see it and I just feel like if I want to play it at that moment, then I'll have to buy it again on the PC just so I can play it in here, because you know, it's there, it's a Ridge Racer, and I like to support it, and I do want to see more of these games coming home one day. But I do hope one day, maybe we'll have to wait another 30 years, but I do hope one day, when I'm an old man, we have a 4K Ridge Racer that really does look the business. But yeah, that's it from me on Ridge Racer, a game I've been looking forward to for over 30 years, finally come to the home, a launch title for the Switch 2. You know, what can you say? That bodes well for the Switch 2. Ridge Racer launch title is always a winner. Namco, give us 4K Ridge Racer 5. It's all I really want, and then I'll be happy for the rest of the time. Actually, make it steering wheel compatible. That's all I need to the end of time. Right, that's it from me on this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? Did you ever play Ridge Racer back in the day? What do you think of it now? Has it aged well or not so well? Or is it really just the controls that are holding it back? You let me know in the comments. But that's it from me for now. As ever, more soon.